And now to discuss more on the Belt and Road Initiative, I'm pleased to be joined in the studio by Mr. Shan. He is the CEO of Silk Road Finance Corporation and also a member of the CPPCC. Welcome to our show, Mr. Li. But first of all, let's hear from a professor from the University of Electronic Science and Technology in China.
My name is Huang Feikai, and my questions for the NPC deputies are, what kind of opportunities will the Belt and Road Initiative bring for education and students studying abroad, and what type of policies will the country introduce in these areas?
So as we heard, Mr. Li, can you respond to the question, what kind of opportunities can the Belt and Road Initiative bring to education and Chinese students studying abroad?
I think about 40 years ago, when China started to open up the country, the students, like myself, went to West to study, mostly science and technology, to bring that back to China. But now I think the Belt and Road is reverse of that process. China is going abroad, but it's still in the same spirit of globalization. China needs lots of talents who have good understanding of local culture, history, even religion of the host countries along the Belt and Road. Therefore, this opens up more countries or regions for Chinese students to study. In my era, in 1980s or 90s, Chinese students mostly go to America or England or France. I think now they should go to more Belt and Road countries, go to more like Africa, Middle East, Southeast Asia. And in terms of subject to study, they probably should be more broader from just science technology to history, humanity, and even religion.
So we are seeing this shift from talents coming back to the country to developing economic cooperation going outward. And you suggested in one of your articles that China can push forward the Belt and Road Initiative by building up special economic zones in the countries along the route. So what are some specific suggestions and what roles will these special economic zones play?
I think at first I got this idea from China's own lessons or success of economic reform. Remember about 40 years ago when China started reform, China faced very severe international skepticism as well as domestic ideological resistance. This is kind of similar to what China is facing today. We push for the Belt and Road Initiative. Some international critique, they doubt China's true intention, even though our country, our government has a very good will and intention for contribute to globalization. At the same time, for our Chinese people, it's kind of I think a new era for us. We are going out. We have not many things to learn. As we just discussed, we need to send a student to learn stuff. So when China faces the kind of double challenge of international skepticism and domestic, inexperience or resistance, in that case, 40 years ago, China created Shenzhen and some other special economic zones as a showcase or experiment ground of Chinese reform, and we all know that achieved stunning success and push forward the Chinese reform. Today, I think we can learn from that lesson. We can find a host country along the Silk Road. We build a special economic city, and to demonstrate the principles as outlined by our President Xi Jinping, and prove to the world our true goodwill, as well as we learn from how to develop or build the cities. This actually have a kind of interesting theoretical support for that. Last year, the Nobel Prize winner in economics, Professor Paul Romer, he developed a concept of a charter city. It's very similar to my idea. Basically, this is not a era for entrepreneurs build companies. This is a era to build cities, because city can enable the neighboring regions and countries to develop faster. So I think that's the idea with both with the historical proof of Chinese own practice and with sound economic theory background.
Well, some very good suggestions for China's opening up strategy. Thank you so much, Mr. Shan, for your insights.